gonna get her upbringing, what got her into the industry, any advice she got for the youth coming up, trying to pursue her same type of career path, and everything she got coming up in the future. So I want to welcome y'all to the show, and I want y'all to give a round of applause for our special guest, Dior, the chocolate dog. Let's get it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me today. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy you can join us. Give us your time, your energy, spread some knowledge to the people. Tell your story pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just gonna start it from the top. Tell us, where you from. How was it growing up, and how did your environment affect, how you grew up. How it shaped you. How did it mold you?
Okay. Well, my name is Dior. I go by Dior the Chocolate Doll. My hometown, I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm now new to Atlanta. I grew up doing like talent shows and things like that. Um, like a bunch of talent shows. I grew up doing that. And then I started getting into modeling. I really started modeling since I was 3 years old. So just doing like small beauty pageants and things like that around the city.
So after you moved to Atlanta, like what did you get into? Like I know that you a model, but like tell us about the acting and the music. Like did that come from Atlanta, or how did you get introduced to that type of field?
Um, no, like more so, I had started working with FTC Publications, which is like a big, like they do modeling, they do acting, they do a bunch of stuff. I started working with them in 2019, which made me like, oh, I'm tired of traveling back and forth. But more so, like when I was doing my younger stuff with modeling, I always did acting. I was on like mental commercials and stuff. Like I did auditions for a bunch of stuff and did that with Pro Modeling Agency back home. So that's what made me like, oh yeah, it's a bigger, like where I'm from is small, so like this is a bigger opportunity because so much people that could see me more out here. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what made me want to further everything else. Once I got here, like, oh yeah, now I can push it further. I can't do much home because it's small. It's nothing really here.
So like how was high school for you? Was you doing talent shows, things like that?
Oh, in high school, I was like really nerdy. I was in a lot of like the little um student council and stuff like that. But I played sports. I played basketball for a little bit, but I made captain of the step team, which is kind of like fraternity type of stepping and stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this. I did captain of the tennis team. I did stuff like that. So like in high school, I did do like dancing type of stuff. It wasn't ever like modeling that, but it was more so like on a dancing vibe.
Okay.
Surgery, you might not live. You might have, say be paralyzed, this is and that. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fight for my life. Like, okay, I'm gonna take the chances. Signing the papers, I did the surgery, not thinking it was gonna be as bad as it did. I had so many complications with like losing blood and stuff, the blood transfusion, all types of stuff to where I was on life support, fighting for my life. In the midst of surgery, I think like the second time I flatlined, they're like, hey, I gotta tell you something. We never told a patient this. You're 22 and a half weeks pregnant, and it's a boy. And because of my son, my youngest son being in my stomach, they were able to bring me back to life to save me. So I
Ah,
do what I do because of my kids, you know what I'm saying? So like
ah.
going through that and like, oh, now I got a second son, like I got an older son and my second son, like, oh, he saved my life. So I do what I do because of my kids and I go even harder because of that reason.
I like no disrespect. I don't want to cut you off, but I know for a fact you feel a certain way when people might tell you, ain't no God, ain't no higher power. Like I know you look at them like you ain't been
Mm-hmm.
through shit. You don't know what the hell you talking about.
I 2016, well, really 2015, I found out I had a heart condition to where I was hospitalized because they thought I had like, palpitations, stuff going on with my heart. I was hospitalized. I ended up having the biggest open heart operation in October 2016. I had the very first ever pericardioplasty and they did a bypass.
It almost brought me to tears.
Oh Lord.
But I listened to Let Me See It. I'm like, damn, how we coming on this one? Like, is this X-rated back to be uncut? What's going on out this one? So I'm just like, you know what I mean? I feel you. Do what you do. We grown. I mean, I ain't no
Right.
shame. I ain't judging nobody. But I'm just like, to the younger girls, would you tell them to go that way? Would you tell them to be more themselves, or like I know sex sells, so
Right.
I ain't judging. Like it's marketing. I already feel you. But
Right.
like, what would you tell to the three year
Younger
old?
girls,
Yeah,
no. But it's like generally it's more so of a fun song. Of like, females that want to have fun and dance. I love to dance to have fun because it be, all that. If you see the actual video, I didn't put it on no explicit stuff. I actually put it on some fun of like you could be a sexy woman and have fun and explore. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to give that bad vibe to younger women. No, books
okay.
before boys because boys bring babies. No, no.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's all. Hey, that's all you gotta say for real.
It's more fun of like having fun. You could be beautiful and have fun. You go to YouTube and see the video. You see, I bring it to sports vibe of us
Right.
dressing. Died during surgery a couple times. I was on life support, lost all the function in my body, all types of stuff. And like to be able to live through that, and God kept me here for a reason. I lost like literally I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk, like I was on a walker cane, all types of stuff, lived in a nursing home. So like to go through that and be able to live